Hello. Good morning. I'm just going to give it a couple minutes because I don't know who's joining, who's here. This is a brand new thing for me, and I'm just playing and hoping it's going to work well. Please use the chat. I'm streaming from Restream, which is a website that allows me to stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So please use the chat a lot. That's how we're going to converse and interact. And give it a couple minutes here and then we'll get started and pull some cards. Maybe what I'll do is pull a card that will talk to the group as a collective. And I'm going to pull from, actually, I'm going to pull from my Elemental Oracle deck. So if you haven't seen it before, this is the Elemental Oracle. It's very shiny box. It's all about the Earth's elementals. It's one of my favorite decks. The artwork is beautiful. It's typically what draws me to a deck is the artwork. So let's see what card comes up for us this morning. So this is a new thing that I'm trying. I want to be doing these sort of conversations with cards. On my advertising, I say, bring your tea, because I'm really loving the tea lately, especially with the weather we've been having here in the Okanagan. I'm drinking a delicious holiday chai from Stash Tea, which I really love. It gets me in the feels of being cozy. And I really wanted to try the live stream because I haven't done it before. And I like the idea that I have a YouTube channel and I can stream live, but without a subscription to this particular service, I can't stream from my page. I can only stream from my personal account. So I'm really not sure how this is going for people that are trying to get on through Facebook right now, but I have suggested YouTube as well. I wanted to be able to stream from both. So hopefully people can get on and see what's up. But given that it's conversations, I would like to maybe try Wednesday night. We're going to do this again Wednesday night at 7:00 Pacific time. And I would love to do it maybe through Zoom. So look for a Zoom link. I'll add it to the event for Wednesday evening, just because it's about conversation. So really me chatting at you while you chat in a chat box is not quite getting to the point. But let's see how it goes here. Interesting card for the first pull on the first video. So it's the speed card. And the word that goes with it is movement. And it's the number 42nd card in this deck. And with this deck, with the book, the guidebook, it gives a little bit of a brief view of the messaging sort of that's behind the card. And then there's always a word of power that's there. And then it goes a little bit more into the actual element of the thing. So I'll just read what's here. So the speed card and secondary movement says, savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you do activities such as eating and working. Do not waste time, but understand the discernment of taking quality time. It's a good message. And I really tried to come into this thinking, okay, let's just see how it's going to go. Don't rush it. Let it be. Work out the kinks as they come. And the message that comes, or the word of power that comes with it is, I'm going to try to say this right. It's a Latin word, celeritatum, which in ancient Latin means swiftness or velocity. And the more technical description, like some of these are about like north, south, east, west. There's magnetism, rain, ice, music. So it kind of goes into sort of the more technical aspects of that as an element of the earth. So it says scientifically, the speed of an object is the magnitude of its velocity. It is an element we don't think about much unless we think of them in terms of our cars when obeying the speed limit, or in fast transportation, such as airplanes, and how long it takes to get somewhere. Speed then has the dimensions of distance divided by time, although it is a key element that fits into many physical laws. For example, velocity describes both how fast and in which direction an object is moving, and the steady speed of light is key to many calculations in astrophysics. We first begin to understand the concept of speed as children when we begin to observe the concept of overtaking, or one thing traveling faster than another. It's possibly also when we first get our competitive urges. It is often said that as you are growing up, time seems to pass very slowly and we cannot wait to grow up. And then conversely, as we age, time goes quickly as we know it's running out. We live in a speedy society, and knowing when to slow down can be the difference between balance and imbalance. Slow cooking, slow travel, taking time to think and process, and exercise self-care require a willingness to slow down enough to savor them. That's such a good message. I think we could use a little bit of that in our daily lives as we run around. I feel especially as we get to this time of year, planning for Christmas happens and it just gets really crazy. We're running around trying to get everything done in the right amount of time, and it can be really overwhelming for people. That's just like an expedited version of what happens in our regular lives. Like we're always running around trying to get things done. And so to have that reminder to just slow down and appreciate time as it's passing, whatever that looks and feels like, that's a really good reminder. So I'm trying to just see where the comments are, because I have a comment box here, but I can't see why I can't see them. So just bear with me for 1 second here. Because it's kind of hard to do this if I don't have access to the comments. No, I'm going to test something and put something here. I'm going to type in the comment and maybe it's not going to be easy for you to let me know if you can see it, though, if I can't see it. So it's supposed to show. No, I want it to show. Okay, let's see. It's showing my comment showed up on YouTube, so. Okay, let me see if I can try something else here. Sorry. Give me 1 sec. Okay, thank you. Give me 1 sec. Okay, thank you. Okay, now I can see them. Thank you, friend, for helping me figure that out. All right, now here we are. So when I've been on these kinds of calls before with different people doing different things, I really love the idea of the people on the call sharing sort of their intentions and what they would love to know, or what they want to, a question they might want to ask, or sometimes it's framed as an intention. Is there an intention that you have? It's a really good time to be setting intentions right now because we're about to hit a new moon, and the new moon is all about setting intentions. And yeah, so if you have an intention that you are wondering about, let me know. I can now see the comments in the chat, so you can ask away. And then barring that, I will just pull another one for the sake of it, because pulling cards is fun. So interesting because I can see my comments in front of me on my computer, but I have to look at my phone to see the Facebook comments. So it's all a learning curve. And given we just had a nice speed time reminder card, I'm just going to take that as that. It is what it is. So I'm going to show you this deck that I got, my newest deck, while I'm waiting to see if anyone has any intentions they want to share or questions. I pull a card for you. I got this new deck called the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and I really love it. It's my understanding so far of it is that the seven energies are based on the seven embodied chakras, and so the cards are based around those chakras, and they have some really amazing art, as I do love the very beautiful art, and really awesome messaging in them as well. So I've been having fun playing with those. So I can see Jamie, my apologies, not Jen. My intention for the rest of the year is to rest and refocus and try to figure out what's next to work on for 2023. That's beautiful. It's a good time of year to be doing that. So we get reminded with the fall and winter as we settle in to just chill. It's a good time to integrate anything that hasn't settled in yet and start thinking about how the year has been, what we've been through, what we're heading into, and what that's going to look like. So I love that. Okay, Jamie, let's see here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the seven energies one for you. That's feeling like that's the right one. So Jamie was sharing with me a deck that she has that's by the same person, Colette Baron Reed, that does this seven energies deck. And now I'm going to not remember the name of it, Jamie, but something about the Shaman Oracle. Was it the Shaman Oracle? Just gorgeous deck. All right. Cool. So this one's for you, Jamie. Roots of Abundance. Can't complain about that, even just on the surface. Like, again, that artwork. I love it. Shaman's Dream Oracle. Oh, yeah. Okay, roots of abundance, the key concepts. So this deck gives a little bit of a blurb of the key concepts involved in the card, and then it gives a longer description. So the key concepts for the roots of abundance are being stabilized by deep roots, anchoring yourself and feeling secure in your life, trust and belief in abundance. This card signals you to pay attention to how you are anchored in the story of your life. Trust that you will be taken care of. The world is full of limitless potential and will nourish you according to your beliefs, regardless of temporary outer conditions. You are not a victim of life. Life happens for you, not to you, even if you sometimes slip into that way of thinking. If you are grounded and internally steadfast, nothing can uproot you, and you have the ability to manifest your intentions with ease. The message here is simple. Your life is safe and secure, and your intentions are coming to fruition. All your hopes and dreams are firmly grounded and taking root so that you can reach for the stars in your life and expand your dreams further than you can imagine. Everything in the material world is a reflection of your interior world. You are unstoppable and unshakable because you believe that you are abundant. Know that you can easily move from merely surviving to thriving when you pay attention to when you pay attention to staying grounded. If you find yourself in ungrounded thinking, now is the time for radical trust. Growth never follows a straight line. You will manifest what you need when you need it. A tall, healthy tree doesn't need to hold on to the ground for dear life. It knows it will not fly away with the wind because its roots are planted deep in the earth. Very beautiful card. Some confirmation there that you are doing the right things and that you just need to trust and have that faith that life's not happening to you, it's happening through you. And staying grounded will allow you to just manifest all those beautiful things so that you can exist in a place of thriving, which is so amazing. What a great place to be. Who wants to strive? Nobody wants to strive. Awesome. Super cool. Okay. Let me see here. Maybe what I'll do now is I've got also this numerology deck that I don't actually reach for that often, and I probably should a little bit more. Numerology is something that I'm interested in, but I don't know a whole lot about it yet. I do follow a team on Facebook and YouTube, and they pull their cards from the card, like playing like the Book of Life, like a playing card deck. And I would love to learn all those goodies. But a friend of mine got me this numerology deck. It's looks like this. And so each card has colors and numbers. Every card looks the same. The shape in the middle is the same, but depending on the number will depend on what colors are included. And I'm not explaining that very well, but it's not a deck I've used a whole lot. So I'm just going to pull one here and see what it looks like, what we get. Ooh. Oh, I thought one jumped, but it was like a pile of them. Keep going. I can tell this deck hasn't been used much. It's very sticky. Maybe you need to pull it out more. All right, so we'll pull a general card here for the number. We have a theme going here today so far. That is how cards work. Time out. And it's number 37. Which, what I do know about numerology is that I would be told to add those two numbers together and you get 10, and that would be its meaning. Okay, time out. This card indicates you need to take a time out from your busy schedule and the hustle and bustle of life. Perhaps you've been working too hard or have a lot going on. Maybe you've been tired, irritable, and anxious, or just generally feeling unwell. If you've been under stress of any kind or have been spending time in a negative or toxic environment, you must remove yourself from the situation to heal and recharge. This is the perfect time to take vacation. Even a day or two away will revitalize and recharge your soul. You don't necessarily need to leave your home. You could laze around the house and unplug your computer and phone. Having an energy healing massage or facial, soaking in a hot bath, taking a walk in nature, watching a movie, and reading a good book are perfect ways to unwind, center yourself, and feel a sense of renewal. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to take time out for you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, uncertain, or confused, the answers will present themselves during your quiet time. Clarity comes from silence, and order follows peace. So step away from the stress and find your inner sanctuary. And I like this deck. It gives us a little affirmation that we can use. I take time out for myself and rebalance my body and my life. I find it so funny that those are the two cards that I've pulled for the collective here today, because I was just talking with someone this morning about how sick people have been, and like not how sick they've been. It's been mostly in my world, it's been people with colds and these sudden colds coming on. They're not lovely colds, but they knock you down. You need to rest. And I had a conversation with someone else the other day about how when you don't take the time to rest, then the body will force that on you. You will be forced to rest. So it's good to be in tune with yourself. And when you feel like you've been rushing and busy and just doing too much, then acknowledge that and give back to yourself and take that time to just chill. What I've learned through my health challenges over the last decade is that I've learned to really be in tune with my body. Physically, I can tell when my energy starts to like deplete, and that's my sign that I'm fighting sickness, and then that's when I rest. I don't wait to get sick to take the time to rest, because of my health challenges in the past, I know that it takes me longer to recover. So it's in my best interest to like nip that in the bud before it even happens. So very good reminders today, both seasonally and maybe just applicable in general for the collective. I love it. Yes, slowing down. Cool stuff. Anyone else have an intention they want to ask or question they want to ask? I'll pull a card. I've got different decks here we can pull from. It's just kind of hard to ignore that messaging, right? I pull from one deck and it says messaging about timing and the speed of time and appreciating time, and then another card about just like slowing down, taking a little mini vacay if you need to. I think that's so important. And I feel like those vacation moments don't even need to come in full days. Like if you can even eke out an hour or two, a little bit of time on the weekend. Like I think we do spend a lot of time just running around. We do our like Monday to Friday 9 to 5, and we're just running. And then the weekend comes and we have all the things to do around the house, and people with children, you're trying to work in this family time, this quality time, and it becomes really challenging. Like there's something to be said about just slowing down. Movie nights are great. There's so many ways we can chill with each other or by ourselves, depending on what you need. What do I got here? Okay, I'm going to share with you. This is maybe one of my favorite decks. I keep this one and the 7 Energies one out all the time. Someone in the chat, someone told me that these are showing up backwards, so I'm going to have to fix that. Maybe when we do it by Zoom on Wednesday, it won't be so bad. But this is the Sacred Forest Oracle, and it's very magical. It has really cool cards in it. So let's see what it has for us. Please feel free in the comment to leave an intention or question if you have one. I'll pull a card for you. Or you don't even have to say anything. You could just say, please pull a card for me. I don't need to know your intention. You can think your intention, ask your question in your mind, ask it out loud, and then ask me to pull a card. It's all the same. It all works. Yeah, so earlier I was referring to a team that I follow on Facebook. And so it's Joy Kingsborough is the like head lady who's so awesome. And she has a whole team that she works with. And so we follow sort of during the week, they have different people doing different card pulls for different things. And Joy, she's also a channel for this collective conscious called Jonah, and she does some transmissions and she does awesome meditations. Like there's so many things that you can get from this community. There's master numerologists. Joy has some courses that people can take. Like it's just a really beautiful space. And I have followed Shelly a couple times, and she's the one that put me onto this Sacred Forest and the 7 Energies decks. I saw them in her readings and I was like, oh, need to have those. All right. So a card jumped out while I was shuffling it. Now, sometimes I'll just take that as the card, but I kept shuffling while I was talking. And I see Jen. Hi, Jen. Jen would like me to pull a card. I'll do that in 1 second after I show you these two that came out. So this is crazy. And Jen, you'll appreciate this. So Jen was in a group with me recently, and we did a Reiki training, and we were attuned to level 2 together. And in the attunement, as the master got up to attune us from the opening meditation, she stood up and saw a bunch of phoenixes fly up from the middle of the room, which we were all like, whoa, that's pretty powerful. That's a pretty powerful thing to have happen ahead of an attunement. So yeah, I bring that up because this card was the card that jumped out. So I don't know, Jen, maybe that was the card for you in the moment. You had typed it in, but I hadn't read it yet. So the Phoenix is all about transmutation, as you can imagine, knowing what the story of the Phoenix rising from the ashes is. And I love the Sacred Forest deck because it will always give you a little bit of a description and like pull you into the moment of what's happening in this sacred forest. So this is the like description. At the edge of the forest rises a mountain. The journey to the top is long and arduous. The path has boulders and landslides that make it difficult to discern what lies ahead. Yet you climb, knowing that something remarkable awaits you. As you finally reach the top, you peer over a boulder to see a large pyre. An old, tired phoenix comes into view, his wings dragging, only to heave himself into the fire. The flames leap higher and higher. As they die down out of the ashes, arises a renewed phoenix with bright colors that outshine the sun. He looks directly at you with a fierce intensity before soaring off the mountaintop. So descriptive, just like puts me right there. The description for the card says, your life is changing, perhaps in ways you didn't expect, but it's wildly wonderful. Transmutation is the act of changing from one state of being or one element into another. The phoenix is legendary for his transmutation in fire. In the flames, he is reborn, leaving behind his old and tired self to become a passionate, wild, and free bird. Something that you might have thought would never change is changing into something amazing. It's not an ending. Rather, it's a bright, shiny new beginning. Situations that seemed lackluster are transmuting into fabulous opportunities. Release expectations and limited thinking, for things are not as they seem. That's a pretty cool card to get. I love it. So I don't know. Jen, you can decide if that one was resonating with you, but I'll pull another one for you too. But before, when I stopped shuffling, because that was the time, was this one. Even I can't read it backwards. Oh, Moonlight Enchantment. Ooh, that's a good one. Love it. The wolf howling down there below. And the word that goes with it is magic. So the little scene setting description says the lingering howl of a wolf weaves its way through the night air. The brightness of the full moon bathes the entire forest with a silvery light. Fairies and elves and spirits of fauna and flora arise for a joyous night of celebration. The forest is alight with glee. The card description says magic is all around you. The veil between the worlds is thin right now. Fairies, elves, angels, and spirit beings are just a thought away. It is indeed a magical universe, and the key to opening the doors to those realms is to trust. All may not be as it seems. By the protective light of the moon, the magic of the universe surrounds you. Even though it is dark, the light of the moon shows you the way, reminding you to trust what you feel. You are safe. Even if you can't see, have faith that you are being supported in mysterious and wondrous ways by unseen beings in accordance with your highest good. Beautiful. Yes, so much magic around us all the time. And this deck is a really good reminder of that, because it's also a matter of how magic shows up in our world. It has so many different forms and can impact us in different ways. It's really cool. Jamie, which card was that one again? Oh, the one I just read. It was Moonlight Enchantment. This one. Gorgeous full moon there. I love it. Okay, Jen, I want to pull one for you because, like, specifically for you. Like, maybe that transmutation card was for you. That's possible. But let me see. I'm feeling the elemental deck for you again. I don't know if you saw this one, Jen, at the beginning. This deck. Elemental Oracle. I pulled a card right in the beginning for the group. And we pulled a card about speed. And it was just about, like, paying attention to the speed of time and how it slows and picks up pace, and how we actually have a little bit of control over how time impacts us. Time is a very fascinating thing to me. It's been a big theme this year in my life. What is time? Ooh. There's one for you, Jen. Volcanoes. Such a shiny card. All the light is catching it. Volcanoes. And then the, like, power word is power. And I'll read you the description. The card number is 9. And as I opened the book, it opened up right to that page, which I love when that happens too. Okay, so the mini description at the top, the messaging behind the card is this. Old grudges should be released and let go. Heavy energy hurts us should we hold it for too long. Allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Reformation may be necessary. Sometimes the greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create or destroy. The word of power that goes with it, so, like, power being the word that was attached to the volcano, like the front of the card, on the front of the card. But then it gives us like an old word that, so the ancient Greek word for force or power is called dynamis. And then it goes into this little, like, more technical description about volcanoes and how it connects back to the earth. So a volcano forms by a rupture in the earth's crust, releasing lava, ash, gases, and more from the hot magma chamber underneath. The crust protects us from the heat and magma within the earth. Volcanoes are more likely to form where two of the earth's tectonic plates rub together. The famous Ring of Fire, the horseshoe-shaped basin in the Pacific Ocean where 90% of the world's earthquakes occur, is also home to over 450 volcanoes. Volcanoes are incredibly powerful, and their explosiveness is hard to predict even with modern methods. It is estimated that if the giant supervolcano caldera under Yellowstone National Park in the US ever decided to erupt explosively, there would be so much ash and debris and power released that it could well trigger an extinction event on Earth. Ash is a danger to aircraft and to breathing. Poisonous gases are often released. The projectiles thrown from the active eruption cause death, and the superheated lava itself both destroys and reshapes the environment. During the 2018 eruption of Hawaii's Kilauea, if I said that right, one of the most active volcanoes on the planet, huge tracts of land were reshaped by lava flows, and land was extended further into the sea. The newest land on Earth is created by volcanoes, and volcanic soils are considered to be one of the most fertile for growing food. While volcanoes signal destruction on one hand, they create anew with the other. And what I've found useful with this deck is I always come back and then read the message again after, like the little part that I read at the beginning, because I read all the technical stuff, and definitely it's of value because when you read the technical stuff, you pick up on other like symbolisms and notions. You're like, oh, that can fit this way. Like you're adding on to the messaging. But I'm just going to read the little message again at the top because it kind of then brings it all back. Old grudges should be released and let go. Heavy energy hurts us should we hold on to it for too long. Allow your anger to flow through rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Reformation may be necessary. Sometimes the greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create or destroy. Wow, that's a pretty crazy card, Jen. I like that for you. Okay. Sweet. Anyone else want to share an intention or a question, or just ask me to pull one for you? You don't have to share an intention if you don't want to. This is fun. I love working with the cards. It's got good stuff. I've been trading card readings in the morning with a friend, and I'm really enjoying that. Seeing how we both interpret the cards, and then it's also keeping me accountable to a daily practice of pulling the cards. And the last few days have been wild, like powerful cards, big messaging. It's been really awesome. I love it. Anyone else? Any more intentions? Anyone else want me to pull a card? Okay. Well, I mean, if you do, type it in the comments. I will pull a card. But I think probably if that's it, I'm going to wrap things up. I would like to save space of about an hour for these calls from what I've observed in the past, and just from doing readings with people, I feel like an hour is a good amount of time. Like I said earlier in the call, Wednesday, we're going to do another one Wednesday evening at 7. And I'm going to set it up so it's a Zoom. And the reason that I like to do that is I'm happy to sit here and pull cards and go from the chat and go with people's intentions in the chat. And I feel like if these become kind of a popular thing and there's like a lot of people on the calls, that we could come back to the live just because it's a little bit easier to manage compared to Zoom. But I love the idea of having sort of a group of people that will sit together, drink their tea. We can have conversations. It's not necessarily me talking the whole time. I want to create a space where we can come together and be connected. We're getting into the winter months. We're slowing down. not everyone wants to go out into the world after they've come home from their day job. And I really appreciate all of that. So let's create a place to connect and hang out and chat, pull some cards, have some fun, have some laughs, maybe some tears. That's okay too. I thank everyone who's joined me today, and I look forward to Wednesday, and there's going to be another one Saturday, and I want to just keep doing these. So please let me know, send me a message, give me some feedback on how it was, what you think. And otherwise, we'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good start to your week.